I work for an organization called Christian Veterinary Mission. It's based out of Seattle. And so the organization sends veterinarians around the world to share the love of Christ with people, using veterinary medicine as the foundation, and building on that. As people get to trust us and get to know us, then we can share the hope of Christ with them. I've been out in the mission field, like you said, for 20 years out there. God led me there through multiple different avenues, but I really feel that God has touched my heart to be able to surrender it to Him, to be able to be in a lifestyle of obedience out in the middle of the bush out there in Uganda.
What are some of the impacts you're seeing due to climate change?
Right. Well, what we've seen is that the change in the climate has caused a variability in the rainfall in the area. That's the biggest impact we've seen. A little bit on temperature changes, but primarily the rainfall has become erratic and doesn't come in a regular time. And we have a rainy season and a dry season, and then people have crops that they need to plant during the rainy season. And when it doesn't rain adequately, then they try to plant, and then the crop grows up and withers away. And then they try to plant again and grows up and withers away. So each time, these people are not very wealthy people. They're quite poor, so they're sacrificing to get those seeds. They put them in the ground and they waste it. And pretty soon they have no food to eat.
One of your friends actually passed away. Could you tell briefly a bit of that story and about the young baby that's awaiting for you back home?
Yeah, so it was actually just a week ago, right before I came here. We've had several years of bad droughts in the area. Then we had 1 year of a horrible flood. And each of those years, my friend Alice was planting her garden and trying to get crops for the family, and they failed each time for 3 years, until finally her husband just threw her out of the house and said, "Well, you're not a good wife. Get out of here. You can't grow anything." But it was because of the climate change. She didn't have long enough period for the crops to grow. So she left the area, went to another community, ended up getting pregnant with another man, and in the process got sick. And so then she tried to get back to her home area, but before she could get back, she delivered the baby, and then she died. And so it ended up, now I have this orphan baby. They brought it to the church and they said, "Well, here's a baby. The mother is no longer here." And so they gave the baby to me. And
what is it about your faith that has really brought you to the place where you're giving your life to this community and this area?
Well, it is a very difficult place to live. I can't say that it's easy. It's a place of struggle and a place of pain. And I think the biggest thing has helped me to be able to be successful there, in the way that I would call success is just surviving, is just to have a very close relationship with the Lord, just to draw close to Him and to walk through the suffering with the people, not to deny that it's there and not to withdraw from it. I live in a grass thatched hut with the people. They come to my porch and they're dying. And I stay with them and I pray with them and I love them. And by allowing myself to walk through that suffering with them, that helps them to grow. It helps them to see hope. I don't separate myself from them, but I let that pain be there and let God work through all of us.